Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to speak about some thoughts on CERN and what it is and how it relates to us, per se. For those that don't know, CERN is a particle accelerator that is currently, the one currently existing, I believe, in Switzerland, is scientists and physicists have recreated it to recalibrate the what they believe to be the Big Bang, the start of the universe, by accelerating particles to throughout 27 kilometers, I believe, of underground piping, and that they run into each other and bang into each other, and all these things. The other side, or the other story that is kind of being looked at and being known by that is possible, is the Mandela effect being caused by CERN. And what this is the idea of parallel realities or timelines coexisting within our own. Things that have changed, things that we can remember that have changed, things that just don't make sense, or we remember it differently than how it was or is now, And another aspect of what some say CERN is doing is opening this gateway to, in religious terms, the gates of hell. But that's just kind of a generalization. What it is, in a sense, is opening the gateways. What it is dark matter. And dark matter, or antimatter, is all around us. Is within us as well. And watch this and learn, seeing this, and it makes you, it does make you think, obviously, but for everything that exists, we know this as well. Everything exists as vibration, as vibrational frequencies, as the vibration that makes up the foundations of every object we interact with, even ourselves. And antimatter, or dark matter, is pretty much open space. It's the open space of everything. It's the like if you're in a room, it's the open space of a room that's not anything solid. So dark matter is that essence that is always there. It's the portal. There's always portals to that other dimension. This is where encounters with paranormal things come from, is the existence of that interaction within our own. Now, what this theory suggests is that there's mainly two realities at the moment. However, there are many, many, many realities. So this in itself kind of poses an interesting perspective as to this idea that they're opening this one particular gateway, or maybe this is just what they want to focus on, or whatever. And that's going by that aspect, and that is possible. Again, your reality is based upon your belief. If you follow this belief or whatever, if you get into it, I got caught up into it a little bit, but then later on came to rise up again and realize that I don't have to believe this. I don't have to follow this idea. When you look at it from an outside thing, it can be a really interesting idea, and very possible. But we as well have the ability that this machine does within us. We have the abilities within us more powerful, I'll say this once again, more powerful than any machine can ever be. We have innate unlocked abilities. What science has done for centuries is trying to figure out and trying to recreate what the human has already been capable of. At one point, science was considered to be magical practices and hierarchy and went against the fundamental teachings of religion. So science was not, it's kind of common thing, science was not always looked at with the greatest of respect until it is now. And science has done many things, many awesome things for us, but at the same time, it's done some questionable things as well. So it's the balance. We ourselves have these things within us. We have these inner demons within us. We don't need a machine to call upon them. We can provoke these things within us. They exist all the time. They are us. They are all these things that you want to look at as, and to side note, the term demon does not always denote a bad, quote, bad figure. But anyway, but all these things within us are all reside, and it's the age-old thing. Which side do you choose to feed? Do you want to feed the light? Do you want to feed the dark? Both must exist. You cannot have light without dark, and you cannot have dark without light. It is impossible. It is everything. The two must exist in complete balance. They are meant to. Otherwise, we would cease to exist at all. Because the universe itself it would collapse. This is where the collapse of the universe happens. The end result of light and dark is the universe collapsing on itself and starting new, because both are meant to exist. And so, where does that leave us here? Well, you get to choose what you want to follow. You get to choose what you want to believe. You get to choose how you want to interpret your reality and what you want to bring into it. If you want to bring in fear and stuff like that, then you can. You can do that at any time, but you can also change it at any time. This is the awesome thing. You can always change it at any time. You can go down, if you will, into that place of fear and worry and hate and destruction and chaos and whatnot, and you can always come back up to the place of peace and love and whatever. Now, even within both of those places, even in that lower place, you still have light, because at lower place people think, oh, well, that's lower, so that means dark, right? There's also light in that. There's always a little bit of both. Look at the yin and yang. There's always a little bit of light and darkness, and there's always a little bit of darkness and light. This is the balance. This is where we're at. We have both of these things within us, and there's this idea that we should be rid of darkness completely. That will never happen, okay? Point blank, that will never happen. It can't ever happen. What we need to do is accept it and balance it. Stop trying to get rid of it. Learn to balance it, because darkness can help us. And the ego is there to help us. The ego is there to not get out of hand, obviously, but to propel us in the direction that our higher self wants to go. You have to look at this like this. The spiritual side is the knowledge, is the wisdom, is the intuition, is all these awesome abilities. The ego doesn't have these abilities per se. The ego is the existent human aspect. And while the ego wants to be known and stuff, this is where the two make an agreement, the higher self and the ego, to coexist in the body. To bring about what both want. That's dependent upon whatever path you, as an individual, choose to follow. And there's no right or wrong. You will know what path that is and what works best for you. Sometimes listening to the ego, instead of trying to get rid of it, may actually help you, and vice versa. Listening to the higher self will help you. Both are there, and both need to be recognized. Neither needs to be tried to get rid of. I mean, you can get rid of them temporarily, but they're always there. And if you have an unbalance, if you have something in your life and it's going kind of shitty or whatever, then most likely you have an imbalance. You can most likely figure it out. It will present itself to you in a number of ways, which is where patterns come from. You will see the patterns. Some may not recognize them at first, and that's okay. But you will, at some point, realize that this is a repetitive thing, that this is happening over and over and over again. Perhaps with different people, different faces, different places, but the same thing is occurring. Why is it occurring? Because you're allowing it to, because you're attracting it, because you feel that this is what you should have. And if you want to, that's fine. But if you want to change it, you can do so at any time. The universe does indeed respond to you. So any idea that a machine has this power and this ability to instill fear over you is all simply based upon your belief. Our belief. We can choose to believe conspiracy theories and all these, things, and allow them to interfere with our path or whatever and get us distracted and whatnot and allow ourselves to get caught up in them. Or we cannot. It's okay to, watch something from time and time again and listen to the idea, listen to the theory and whatever, but if it doesn't sit right with you, if it doesn't make you feel good, if it doesn't give you a good, that good feeling or that connection, then it's not right for you. No matter what it is, it's not right for you. Okay? This is what you're here for. You're here to do what is right for you. Just listen to yourself, and everything will align to you. I guarantee it. Everything will always align to you. Everything is always there waiting for you. There is never a time when something is not there for you. Everything's just waiting on the other side of that wall for you to climb over it. You have the awesome power to create whatever it is you want. The only thing holding you back is yourself. Alright? That's all I have today. So, peace out to all. Love to you all. If you'd like to book a personal session with me, contact me on my Facebook page, Galactic Knowledge Guidance. or anything else that you want help with, I can be of assistance. Until then, peace out and love to you all.